this. All right, guys. Got some He-Man and Masters of the Universe news coming your way, guys. All right, so the latest on everything that's going on with Masters of the Universe, as we know, Sony needs to get this pumped out or they're going to lose the licensing. So the fact that we're going to be getting a Masters of the Universe film, I am excited about that in any capacity. I'm one of the few, though it is a big departure from being good or even great, I do and I am a fan of the original live action film. I do own it. I did go to the movies to go see it. And fun fact, when I was a kid, the movie theater was running like this special BMX giveaway for, you know, most movies watched in the summer. And I won it the same day when I finally went to go see Masters of the Universe. I had seen like a movie each weekend. And you could go into the drawing, and I won a BMX bike. Which back then, if you had a BMX bike in the 80s, going into the 90s, you were the man, okay? So much love, and it's a great, fun memory. But the current incarnation, there's been a lot of like rumors and speculation going on with this film, guys. And one of the things, you know, they've said that Skeletor's not even going to show in the movie. And I was like, okay, well, if you're not going to give us Skeletor, what are we going to get? You know, and turns out we're probably going to be getting Keldor, which, you know, is essentially Skeletor, which is kind of cool. And for those of you who don't know who Keldor is, it's basically Skeletor prior to getting a chemical splashed on his face, which gave him the hideous skull face that we all know and love. But what a lot of people don't know, especially if you're not from, you know, or not up to date with in the 80s, there used to be mini comics that used to come with every action figure. And back in 1986, one of the comics gave us some insight into Keldor. And there's a fond or an interesting connection between He-Man, or Prince Adam, if you will, and actual Keldor. It turns out that Keldor is actually his uncle. He is the brother of Prince Randor, okay, who, as we all know, is the king of Eternia, and father to Prince Adam, who in turn is the guy who turns into He-Man. So essentially there is a link between them. But it seems like this version, we're going to get a little bit of a twist. And I'm on the fence on this. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. Back in 1986 when I read this, it was fine. The fact that, you know, it's actually his uncle, I was cool with it. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. But they don't know that they're related, really, to be honest with you. So, you know, when they're going toe-to-toe, it kind of makes some sense. Turns out now what they want to do is they want to twist it just a little bit. So King Randor is going to be the actual lineage of the King Grayskull, basically. The great, strong, powerful, essentially where the spirit of He-Man comes from. And he is going to be a warrior king, and he's going to have 2 children. One of which being Prince Adam, the other being Prince Keldor. And you go C-dubs, but that makes them, that's right, that makes them brothers. I'm on the fence. I don't like it initially, and it is kind of stereotypical, but no more stereotypical than the evil uncle, I guess. This could bring some interesting flavor, if you will. I just don't know, because, you know, what we want is a He-Man movie. And with this news, I feel like we're going to be getting a Eternia movie, which I'm not opposed to, but I don't want an Eternia movie, you know, this the story of the kingdom, before getting a He-Man movie, you know? I just don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the idea of just a movie about Eternia kind of gives me this Lord of the Rings feel / you know, Game of Thrones, and they could really have something there. If you really think about it, this could be amazing. You know, not jumping into the whole He-Man or taking its time to get to He-Man. And in fact, they could actually kind of flip it on us, kind of like how the MCU you know, we got this legacy building up to the Avengers, and then a legacy building up to Thanos, which clearly has paid off. So maybe we're gonna get this legacy to Skeletor and He-Man. If they go about it the right way, this could be one of the greatest film franchises ever made, and a welcome breath of fresh air that this franchise and universe needs. But on the flip side, it's going to piss a lot of people off initially because there's a lot of traditionalists like myself. He-Man is such a special character to me. Honestly, guys, when I was a little kid, the first superhero that ever had an impact in my life was He-Man. I'm telling you, my family was amazing when I was a kid. I had almost every toy, every action figure I had, every single one. I'm telling you, up until the end of the line, I had almost every single vehicle. I had Castle Grayskull, I had Snake Mountain. Pretty much the only thing that I wanted that I never got was actually Eternia. Like, I love my mother and my aunt, and you know they and even my uncle, they saw how much I love this guy, and they worked their butts off to make me a very happy kid back then. And I had every single figure. I've seen every single episode. When it came out on DVD, it was like I needed to have it as an adult. I still to this day watch them, and Masters of the Universe and She-Ra on Netflix. And speaking of She-Ra, what does that mean for She-Ra? When He-Man is supposed to be have a sibling, but that sibling is his twin sister. And then my next question also is Keldor and He-Man twins, or are they not? Is Keldor older? Is he younger? Is Adam older? Is he younger? Is this gonna be like I'm the rightful king, so kind of like Scar in a way? I just want to know how this is all gonna play out. I just don't want it to be too stereotypical. If it really turns out to, you know, just a whole, oh, I want to be the king, you know, and it's just going to be, I don't know. I mean, yes, he kind of wants to be the king, but he just wants to be the ruler of the universe, basically, the world, Eternia on itself, you know, so, and also, where does that leave Hordak? Is Hordak the master of Keldor? Like he's supposed to be? Is he not? Is he the person that corrupts him? So do we get like a little bit of, you know, Jedi's influence or Star Wars influence in it, where he's being turned to the dark side from his master, if you will. I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting. They can go so many different ways with this concept, and it can be done to perfection. Like, this could be fantastic, but we all know the track record of these big studios. Especially Sony, man, they got some more misses than hits. And everybody wants to do this connective tissue thing, you know, where each movie carries on over. And another kind of funny story, you know, Master of the Universe is one of the first movies that actually had an end credit scene. The first Master of the Universe live action. At the end of the movie, spoiler alert if you've never seen it, when Skeletor's defeated, he's knocked down this giant hole, essentially. And at the end of the film, his head pops up out of the water and reveals that he is still alive. So it's kind of funny that if they are going to kind of do that, and of course a lot of people are going to be, oh, they're just copying Marvel, when they kind of started that whole thing. Well, I don't want to say started, but they're one of the first movies that I remember in my life, okay, that did that type of thing. So it would be pretty interesting to kind of see what they do. But yeah, Universe, man, what do you guys think? Do you like the idea of him being his brother, and not his uncle? Do you not want that connective tissue at all? Do you want it to be more He-Man movie and Masters of the Universe movie with all the evil mutants and all the weird wacky robots and rock creatures and dragons and all the normal crazy 1980s cartoon flavor we get? Or do you want something a little more restricted and brought back down, grounded down to earth, where it's maybe a little more medieval and fantasy more so than science fiction-y? Me, myself, I hope it's a blend of the two, but, you know, do you want something more like Lord of the Rings and, Game of Thrones. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the video, guys. Click that notification bell so you know every time we drop a video, guys. It's super important if you like the content that we're producing, and if you want to help us grow, that's one of the best ways. Tell your friends about us, man. We're trying to become big, and we're trying to get to a point where you guys are more involved in our day-to-day videos and even some of our decisions, guys. We're trying to be that type of company here. So we're not just doing this. We are doing this for fun, and we are doing this as a hobby for sure. But me, Jay, DPZ, and my cousin, who you haven't met just yet, but he will be coming to you guys soon. We really want to make this a thing. We want to turn this into a company and show that there's a better, more grounded, and you don't have to be a poser in this culture to succeed. So many of these other companies out there, I don't want to name any names, but man, they just hire models and they hire actors, and they're really not real fans. They didn't grow up in this culture. A lot of these guys, they're just into it because the MCU is popular now. But really, guys, we're here for you guys, and again, thank you so much, and till next time, guys, we're gonna see you in the universe.